Everyone, and welcome back to Veil of Sanity episode 10, part 1, in which we use a new system. We're now using Dark Heresy 2nd edition rather than Rogue Trader, joined by Biff.
Hello.
Johan.
Yo.
Philip.
Hello.
Scott.
Hello.
And noticeably not by Alex, I think he's just gone online perhaps, who'll join us in an hour and a half. About my new character then. So Ishtar is a sister of Battle. She was raised and grew up on a garden world, rest in peace INSA by the way, in which she basically lived an idyllic life as much as you can. The Paradise Worlds are almost an antithesis to the 40k universe. They're basically the least grim, dark place in the whole world. And she lived there, she grew up there, she eventually was approached or took part in a recruiting drive from the Sisters of Battle, but she wasn't going to get in until they lowered their standards because they had a sudden surge of need for sisters due to some ecclesiarchal aggression elsewhere in the system. She likes to kill heretics in her spare time. She's always at the ready to burn those who do not have the appropriate amount of faith, which is an overwhelming amount in the Emperor. She also has killed the alien before they speak, so she's not a fan of Xenos either.
Nice.
Though she's intelligent enough to understand that sometimes you have to let them speak so that you can lure them in to murder their whole family. Exactly.
Sounds like an online dating profile.
She has a flower petal emblem in glass. She got from her from being a sister in Battle from her background, so that was an interesting. Also, she has no body hair. That's a quirk. Not that you would ever know that because she's constantly in her very finely made Adeptus Sororitas power armor. And basically, whenever you see her in public, she'll be in her power armor because she's.
I like that you specifically pointed out this and then quickly said that nobody would ever know that.
Yeah, no, nobody would ever. Just to make sure. It's just if anyone's sneaking into.
So she's bald.
No, it's just body hair.
Well, I mean, the head is a part
Yeah.
of the body.
Ross. Wow. She's bald.
No,
Okay. I can dig it.
she's not bald. Please, she's got black hair. How could she be bald if she's got black hair? Makes no sense. And she always likes her superstition is that she likes everything perfect and flawless. So she always works out. She's ripped. She's not actually that strong, but she keeps on eyeing herself. She's heavier than me, and she's 20 centimeters smaller.
She's not that strong.
She's 30 strength, 30 toughness. Her power armor makes her look stronger than she really is.
What is the craftsmanship of your power armor?
Common?
Okay, anybody who has power armor, go ahead and roll a 1d5 right now, please. Okay. That's how many hours that you're...
I thought you said it was days.
Good quality lasts days, best quality lasts weeks.
Alright, I gotta go change everything then. How am I meant to go around in 2 hours?
I think that's the point. You're
I
not.
don't think
meant
there's a way
go
to
around.
get good quality. Because I got it from being a sister of Battle.
Well, I mean, the only people that run around in power armor all the time are Space Marines.
And
right?
Sisters of Battle.
Yeah, but I mean, you just said you're basically the bottom of the.
You barely got in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that when she was in, she was bad. When she joined
We're
it, she
just
put all
kidding
her
with
effort
you.
in.
We're just kidding with you. So you only have common. You don't have a good
Well, I'm
quality.
going and looking at the thing, and I don't think it gives me. I got it for free from being a sister battle, spending the 750 XP, and it just says gain Adeptus Sororitas power armor. It doesn't say the quality.
Okay.
I mean, why would they give you a especially good power armor?
It is better than normal power armor.
It's worse than Alex's best quality carapace.
So like, Alaric, your power armor is very large and bulky.
It's a
Whereas
light one though.
it is a light one, but compared to hers, it is large and bulky.
Okay.
Hers is much more nimble than the massive suits that you would normally see.
Man, I just realized Claudette was such a waste. She had a best quality crude power armor.
So your Adeptus Sororitas power armor does not increase the wearer's size. That's good.
I'd rather it last longer and increase my size.
But it'll be easier to hit that way, I think.
Yeah, but I'd rather... I'm not going to be in it if it's only going to last in 2 hours. What can you do for 2 hours?
Kill aliens.
Walking for a
Talk to-
hive is going to take more than 2 hours.
It doesn't have to be on, I think.
I can't
Well,
carry
with
it.
her strength, there's no way.
Great.
I'm already encumbered, well aware that.
I mean, you can still be in the ship, inside the armor, not moving at all. Then once we land, you activate the armor.
Yeah, you have to
cannot
min-max a lot,
recharge
like switch
service
it on and
mode
off
if you
all the time.
Yeah. Oh, we're waiting. Let me just switch off my power armor.
What did you say, Scott?
I can offer a recharge service. Just depends how much my time is worth to you.
That's right. If he actually has a battery pack, or do you have to get the battery pack? I forget.
I have the lumen incapacitator, so I can recharge you.
So there you have it.
You're probably not going to do it for Alaric.
I mean, the
right?
description of the weapons are handcrafted
Not a
artifacts with their common quality.
I mean, Ross, it's just in comparison to other Sister of Battle power armors. So all of them are handcrafted. Some are just handcrafted better.
Mm-hmm. I'd have been better off getting normal power armor and good quality. Can I trade it in? With the trading in rules?
Do you want to pawn your power armor?
Yeah, this is worthless. I'd be better off with carapace armor or something. Best quality gives 7 like Alex has got. Same AP.
You can trade in your... If you trade in one of your extremely rare items, I'll let you upgrade it to good quality.
Okay, I trade in my bolt pistol. My Godwin Diaz bolt pistol. Yeah?
Isn't that something you got from the Sisters of Battle as well?
Yeah. It's an extremely... It's only it's one of my 4 extremely rare items I've got. So the power armor, the bolt pistol, and the 2 acquired. Is that
That's
good?
fine.
Yep. Thank you, Beth. You're the best. So now it's 2 days. Is it 2 days now, yeah?
It is now 2 days, yeah.
Awesome. I even wrote it down. I didn't hear you before when you said it was only good craftsmanship.
Charging that must be like charging an electric car from a normal power outlet. So you'll just stand in the corner for hours.
It's like an overnight thing, you know, you put it in the garage overnight and it charges. That's how it works, I think. That's what I'm imagining.
So the maximum agility for this armor is increased by 10. Keep that in mind. That's going to be important.
Well, because I'm encumbered, I get minus 10 on my agility anyway.
No. It doesn't increase your agility. It just
Yeah, I just mean the max is impossible for me to hit it regardless.
Okay.
because of the encumbrance. I guess when I'm not, maybe if I put down my weapon or if I get suspensors.
Well, it already has a pretty good max agility at 50.
Yeah, it does. You're right.
Okay. So you're from a paradise world. You barely made the cut, but you went on to get a bikini wax, and
Full body. Yeah.
It's all about that perfection, that flawlessness that she sees and everything else. She's just gonna trim her hair all the time.
Pride. That's a thin line.
So she hey, saints are meant to be beautiful, you know. So yeah, she went off. She did a lot of Adeptus Sororitas missions. And particularly, she was very lucky. She had a lot of happenstance and things that went surprisingly well for her, like the getting into the thing, like psychic bolts happening to miss her when she fought some witches, things like that. And that's because she's secretly a psyker, but she doesn't know that, and she doesn't have any psychic powers, and she's
I'm
not.
sorry? You're a psyker?
Yeah, it's on my character sheet.
No.
So I'm pretty sure I sent it to you before as well.
No, Sisters of Battle cannot be psychers.
I looked up and I found a forum thread and it said it was fine when I looked for the lore on it.
They hate psychers.
I know they hate psychers. If she finds out, she'll kill herself. It says that on my character sheet. Should Ishtar ever learn of the taint, she will immolate
God damn it,
herself
Russ.
as is her duty. I just thought it was an interesting downside to the character.
Okay.
I did. It's on my character sheet. You know. Yeah. So if she ever finds that out, she will kill herself, and she doesn't have any psychic powers, and she doesn't know she has psychic powers or anything. But I just took it because I thought it'd be interesting.
But you took Deny the Witch.
Is Deny the Witch a psychic thing?
It's something you can only
Yes.
get if you have psychic powers.
Eh? It just says willpower 35.
It's resistant psychic powers, I believe.
Deny the Witch, DH125. Let me look. Did I write this down wrong in my spreadsheet? Yeah, no, all you need is willpower 35. You don't need psychic powers for Deny the Witch.
Is it an aptitude, maybe?
It's a talent, page 125 in the core rulebook. Deny the Witch, tier 2, prerequisites willpower 35, aptitudes willpower and defense.
Okay. That's my bad.
Yeah, the only thing it does matter on is my incinerator, which you're gonna think I knew, but I did not know there was an incinerator because I didn't read because it's under the thing where it gives a -10 to agility rolls for each psi rating. But I promise you, I did not know that, and you can take that away if you want because I don't control my psychic powers for the incinerator.
It's fine.
Like that's only like if you think I took it just to get that by instead, I could I wouldn't do that to my character. I just thought.
No,
it was
Alric
interesting.
has one too. Doesn't matter.
So then, yeah, so that's why she was really lucky. That's why she got in. That's why, psychic bolts happened to miss her. It's just pure happenstance, and she's not clearly aware of it. And it's not like something that's constantly lucky. I mean, it's something that just like one like if she ever burns fate to live, that's what I kind of imagine happening. If you get what I'm saying. But if she ever finds out, she'll of course kill herself. And then she heads out to join someone you guys will find out soon because she wanted to enjoy burning more Xenos, and you can't do that on the center of the system.
Can you do me a favor on your character sheet?
Yep.
Underneath each characteristic is a drop-down box. Can you annotate how much you have?
Oh yeah, sorry, I
increased?
missed that. Sure, I can send you the spreadsheet if you like.
That's
Scott
fine.
Phillips' character on it too. Ballistic skill is trained, strength, simple, toughness, simple, agility, intermediate, intelligence. It's nothing willpower. And you can see my complete spend on the points. There you go. I did it, Mum.
Also, congratulations, you have more aptitudes than any other character I've ever seen.
Well, you get one from Psyker, which doesn't really do anything apart from reduce the willpower, but it costs as much as it saves my willpower. So I didn't gain anything from that. And yeah, I do get one from Fellowship. I could do get one from Sister Battle too. So if I become an Inquisitor, then I'll have the maximum possible number of aptitudes. But I have no intention of becoming an Inquisitor. I don't even think Sister Battles can. I'm gonna Google that right now. Is there anything else? I think I've summarised my character. She hates demons, by the way. She's spec'd into just like INSA RIP. I really miss INSA. Feels bad, man. She was so good. So she's particularly good at fighting off demons, and my concept of that is because of her psychic powers. She's so good at that, but she doesn't know why she's so good at it. She just burns demons and hates demons as much as she hates, heretics and Xenos.
Mm-hmm.
Though she does hate them slightly more because she has hatred demon, so she can retreat from a demon. Or without a willpower test, anyway. Cost me 450 XP to buy hatred demon, man. It's expensive stuff for something that's. I'm not a melee character, so.
Okay. That looks good. Who wants to recap?
Johan?
Right, seems though no one else is jumping to the opportunity.
I missed the half of the last episode. I'm not gonna recap.
Oh, I thought you'd do a Philip and watch it. Okay, Scott.
Oh, okay. So last session started with the warp rift opening up and the space hulk transition into the warp. So we decided to GTFO pretty fast. Left the system with a plan to sort out the mutiny and get back on track, as it were. When we were on the bridge, Philip introduced his new character, Alaric, and immediately got kind of backhanded by Cornelius and told to bugger off for the moment. Eventually, we did get to the system that we initially planned to visit with the Imperial logo. However, along the way, INSE decided to use the completely not ominous red eye to navigate. Took a lot of corruption and also had a mind invaded by the navigator eye. Lost a few memories and things. Eventually she backed out and got us to where we needed to be. When we arrived in system, there was one ship orbiting a single planet, and we were immediately hailed and told that we were in a forbidden sector of Imperial space and Heave 2 will be destroyed. So we immediately decided, better not do that. We'll Heave 2, and we awaited the boarding party. During that time, we contacted the captain in confidence in his cells to seek his advice, see what he wanted to do, feeling that it'd be uncouth to have the Imperial vessel meet us without the captain. During this time, a few of the bridge members did a few bits. We purged the footage of the Eagle in the med bay and went about trying to not so much cover up. Well, no, I'm not going to lie. We were trying to cover up the mutiny. And during that time, it was, I can't remember his name now. Wayne? Is he the
aide?
The aide, yeah. Yeah, so Wayne went to speak to the captain and orchestrated an escape attempt, which led to the death of Claudette in very suspicious circumstances. And also the evidence that was captured with the Xenos artifact. During this time, Cornelius went down to try and sort out the issues, as it were, with the captain being broken free, Claudette being killed, and how suspicious it looked. During this time, Cornelius decided it had enough of the mutiny and executed the eagle. Ended that, as it were. During this time, we'd kind of wasted I think it was an hour we were given, and we were eventually boarded and met by some Space Marines of the Death Watch. The Space Marines themselves had varying personalities, and two of which had a problem with INSE, quite obvious problem.
That's correct.
Yeah. Of course, we don't know why that is. I'm not sure even INSE knows why, but they were seething, to say the least. Eventually, the captain made it to the hangar late to meet the Space Marines, and Cornelius was entering the hangar just as we ended the session, I believe. We were basically told that the Space Marines don't care about our mutiny. They'll be conducting a search of the ship and will be taking us to the next system along to await retribution, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead and take 100 XP.
Thank you.
So yeah, the Space Marines do a thorough search of your ship. They take INSE aside after searching her quarters and her personage, and you all know that they found some prescribed items, but they would not tell you what those items were. They then proceeded to execute INSE. They did do a search of the brig. You know, Cornelius, that they're aware that whatever happened there is not what you guys said happened there.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
But they don't seem to care. They just sort of do a cursory evaluation of the situation. They see that the crew is dead, and they're fine with that, and that the ship is under nominal control again. They do, however, temporarily, they make that very clear, they temporarily take custody of your warrant of trade.
Makes sense.
And they take Marius over to their ship. A single Space Marine is left behind, and a different navigator is sent over from their ship to guide your ship to the system that they're taking you to.
What about TomTom?
TomTom is fine.
Okay,
They just don't trust you guys right now.
understandably so.
They did check TomTom out, since he is also a navigator and was in close proximity to INSE on several occasions. But TomTom checks out fine. So they've taken your ship one system over. You guys were here with the system with the red X. They did not ever tell you the name of this system. And they moved you down here. This system is completely dark. It does not have a star, but it does have a planet. And this planetoid is completely barren, except for a large chasm. It almost looks like it was drilled, if the drill was the size of maybe a battleship. I'm going to take you guys over to the picture pit. I need a new picture page because this one is crazy.
I can delete the stuff on there if I still get the drawings.
It's fine. Can you guys see that?
I'm still on the star map.
Yeah, so am I.
Okay.
That looks cool.
Oh,
So you guys can see the fires of the core of this planetoid coming out from this deep chasm. If you look carefully, this whole fortress is lit up because, as I say, there is no star in the system that they have brought you to. They have told you this is called the Iron Bastion. It may seem small in this picture, but if you look at the top of the Iron Bastion, there are people on it, and that gives you a better scale of the size of it.
So, do they throw us in now or later?
Poking out of the top of the Iron Bastion around the various landing pads that are available is a Cornelius. You would notice a very ancient and sophisticated sensor system. They quickly hustle you in off of the landing pad and into the Iron Bastion and separate each of you. You see briefly Marius being taken off of a different Thunderhawk and shuffled into a different section of the Iron Bastion. What do you guys want to be doing during this time, if anything?
Are we free to roam? Are we confined into cells?
You're left in an area that is obviously locked, but the area itself is rather large and spacious with multiple rooms. So you guys can move around this area, but otherwise you can't go into the fortress proper.
Are we all in the same area?
Yes, except for Marius.
And are we left with some form of like aid or like a minder to make sure we don't go wandering?
There's a servo skull.
I take particular interest in the servo skill.
All right.
Alaric is just handling the fact that he spoke to a Death Watch Space Marine and survived, and is looking out for a quiet place to inflict some soothing self-harm.
Okay.
Nothing like some soothing self-harm.
What about you, Haida? What do you want to be doing?
After freaking out in one of the rooms, like not in the central one, but I'll look for a room, then freak out a little bit, and then exit the room, completely calm again.
Okay.
I want to... Is the entire crew there? Or only the senior crew?
Just the senior crew.
There's 15,000 people in these small rooms you're in.
I don't know, maybe. Maybe they clean our ship now. Everybody else is dead. Yeah, I want to walk around and see if everybody's okay. I'm going to especially look for TomTom. I don't know if he's part of the senior crew.
He is.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to look him up and say, oh, I heard they executed INSC. Did they? Are you going to be executed as well?
It is too soon to tell, but the winds of fortune are favorable.
Thank God. Without a navigator, we would be stranded. Also, I would rather not see you executed. You're quite an important and dear part of the senior crew for me.
Your afterthought is appreciated.
Okay, and then I'm going to look around who's here, who's missing. I want to see if someone else apart from INSC is missing. Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay.
If there are people wounded, I'll try my basic Medicaid knowledge to try to help them, but I don't suppose there are any wounded people here.
Okay, well, you know that Cornelius and Alaric are here. TomTom is obviously here, having just spoken to him. Jack is over by a window that looks down into this pit. And Dr. Mercy is lounging in one of the bedrooms.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna stand next to Jack and just look into the core of the planet, since that's really interesting.
It says that roll 20 has been interrupted.
I
Yeah.
have that too.
Yeah, I just got that.
That's fine. Ishtar. You were on the landing pad when all this happened. What do you want to be doing?
So have I heard there was Xenos on this ship?
I don't know that you have. No.
Well, I
You
would
just
like
saw that these people were brought down onto the Iron Bastion and hustled inside.
Well, I'd like to ask to have a superior. You weren't very clear on the relationship. I asked Lady Saturn or whatever if she's
You
here.
do have a superior. Lady Saturn is the Inquisitor that you belong to. She's in the Iron Bastion. Do you want to find her?
Yeah, I'm curious about this vessel. If there's 15,000 people, there's sure to be some heretics among them.
All right, so you are able to find Lady Saturn. She seems a little distracted.
Well, my lady, is there someone I can speak to about the vessel to learn about it?
So she sounds like a male Russian.
I cannot do a female Russian voice, okay?
Hello, my name is Ishtar. I am
Hello,
sister of
I am
battle.
Ishtar.
Yeah, it just gets deeper for a female.
Hello, I'm Ishtar.
It's like the villain from Deadpool.
Okay. Ishtar, I'm sure that you probably could go talk to the crew. They'll allow you access, being part of the Inquisition.
Very well. I wonder if I can smell the taint of heresy on them. I bow out, my lady. Unless she has something to say, in which case I don't leave.
It looked like she was going to tell you some more information, but once you start talking, then she goes back to a book that she was reading.
Yeah, if she's distracted, I'm going to take her further time. So I head down to the... I summon for directions. Menial servant, point me in the directions where the crew is being held. In particular, the senior crew.
So there are serfs here. Serfs are basically part of the Adeptus Astartes. They didn't make it. They didn't make the cut, so to speak, but they're still fiercely loyal to the Adeptus Astartes. There's also some regular servants. So which classification of people would you rather talk to? Would you rather talk to the serfs or the inquisitional servants?
Serfs, I imagine, are like brainwashed maniacs. If they're anything like normal Space Marines. So I guess I would rather speak to a regular servant.
That's the pot calling the kettle black right there.
You're right, but I like. Okay, then another angle on it is that serfs are unlikely to be heretical, whereas regular people there's always a chance. Okay, there you go. You've got to be ever watchful as a daughter of the Emperor. Regular servant. Point me in the direction of the senior crew.
Okay. They do. They don't point you. They take you to a section of the Iron Bastion that they hold prisoners in. This is sort of a low intensity prisoner confinement. This is not like the section that they would take people to interrogate them or anything like that. This is just a holding area. Do you want to go in?
Yeah. Like I guess she asked the serpent to just like clarify that they're not like Yeah, it'd be a low security, so they're not like sentenced for death. They're not going to be attempting to murder everyone. You know, the ship was clearly brought in as part of a
My
space.
lady, I have not been brought up to speed on the particulars of it. If you would like to know more, you could speak with the Death Watch captain that brought them in.
Oh, well, is he in my league for bothering with this information?
The Death Watch are nominally part of the Ordos and Xenos. So they're nominally part of the Inquisition, but they're not really under the Inquisition's authority. It's a gray area. Some Inquisitors say they are, some say they aren't. The Adeptus Astartes is pretty adamant about them not being under the Inquisition authority.
But would that be like so far below him they'd be like, do not waste my time with your questions kind of thing?
You are beneath him, but that doesn't mean that he won't answer your questions. It just depends the type of Space Marine that he is.
What type of space marine is he?
Make a fellowship check or a lower Adeptus Astartes check.
Well, fellowship is. I don't know.
I can't see your roll, so you're gonna have to tell it to me.
The roll's 86.
Yeah, it looks like Roll20 is down at the moment, according to Twitter.
My target is
I
50.
cannot open character sheets.
I can open mine. Oh, mine was
Yeah.
already open, I guess.
You'll be able to open stuff that's
Cached.
client side, yeah.
It closed mine.
Oh, I can't open the crew. Good timing, Roll20. Oh, anyway, I failed by 3.6 degrees.
Alright.
So I don't know.
You don't know him. You do know his name. It's Watch Captain Matthias.
Okay, I'll Vox. I've asked the servant to Vox me through to him.
You're going to Vox Watch Captain Matthias.
How big is this? Would it take like forever to go through to get him?
It's a big...
I
It's
don't
a
know where he
big
is
fortress.
either. Yeah, so I'll Vox him. I think Voxing seems sensible.
Okay. The servant shuffles off to find a Vox for you.
Or they're not like sitting in the wall. Can I microbead the like whoever's in Master Vox is here, and then they can put me through like old timey telephones.
Sure, yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah, well, I'll let the servant go off and do it too, but then I'll like, I can just microbead him. Like, can you put me through to the watch captain? This is Ishtar.
Lady Ishtar, one moment. It might be a little bit. Watch Captain Matthias is in sequestered quarters with Inquisitor Ramius.
Oh well, don't bother them then. Was there anyone about who knows what is going on the ship that I can speak to? I'm outside the crew quarters, and as I understand it, they're not on execution roll. Is that right? They wouldn't be in these quarters then.
Night Warden Alric might have a little more information for you. I am to understand that he was part of the. He was on the ship that brought them in.
Oh yes, if you could put me through to him, that'd be fantastic.
Very well, Lady Alric. Or Lady Ishtar.
That's
She
right.
just summoned your
Philip is
perfect
me.
name, Ross. What you gonna do?
Philip is me in disguise.
It does take a few minutes, and then you get connected to somebody else's Vox. This is Night Warden Alric. How can I be of service?
Night Warden, it is I, Lady. I don't. That say Lady Ishtar? I think I just call myself Ishtar.
You can call yourself whatever you want to call yourself.
Okay, I don't. I guess I'm a lady, but I see. Ishtar is fine. He doesn't have to. He's a space marine. He doesn't have to add all those fancy titles. Night Warden. Sorry to disturb you. I'm outside the prisoner quarters. I'd like to speak with them to check them for any heresy. As I understand it, they're not on death row, otherwise they would not be in these quarters. Is that correct?
Sister Ishtar, the situation is being undertaken by Watch Captain Matthias and Inquisitor Ramius. They're currently in sequestered with the rogue traitor, Marius Felix. It's a tenuous situation. One of the Malspina navigators was on board and was found to have prescribed artifacts. It's also indications of dealings with Xenos. And
Oh, that is terrible news.
they are rogue traders, so it is within their remit. They
Prescribed
Did-
artifacts? I don't think so.
It depends what they were doing with those prescribed artifacts. The team that I sent aboard described them as being in the possession of Malspina, so they executed the renegade.
I don't know anything about mouse speed. I just like, of course.
They'll be undergoing testing to see how deep the influence of the navigator they came under.
So it might be a problem if I spoke to them first.
I do not believe so. If you detect anything, just make us aware of it, please.
Very well. I will do my best to inquire about this Malaspina and see if her corruption has led them astray. I'm just purely guessing there is corruption, by the way.
Are you talking to out of character?
No, I was out of character. I was just saying I don't want to make a game that I know there's corruption or whatever. I'm just saying, Ishtar would assume that it's a chaotic influence. Because she likes assuming those things.
You can be concerned about whatever you want to be concerned about.
Okay.
So you're going to go in?
Yeah.
All right.
The door opens. And then enters someone with no body. No, I'm joking.
I mean, you enter in, you see Cornelius. Are you in your own room, or are you out in the common room with that servo skull?
Start in the common room with the servo skull, kind of following it weirdly.
All right.
You say to be or not to be?
No, I'm kind of studying it, working out if it's got any weird protocols or anything outside of the ordinary.
Are you? So you're trying to like capture it and study it?
Oh no, not like actively capture it, just monitoring it, seeing how it behaves, trying to work out what it's doing, basically.
Okay.
I like the concept is like someone trying to catch a butterfly in the park. He's just running along behind it.
Yeah,
Ishtar, you
close.
see that. You also see two figures over by the viewport looking out onto the chasm.
Sorry, I forgot one very vital detail. I'm hovering the entire time.
Okay.
So basically, it's a bigger butterfly trying to catch a small butterfly.
How
So
graceful
beautiful.
do you look, Cornelius?
Pretty damn graceful.
Yeah. You're like a swan, a feather floating through the air.
Uh,
500
that scene
kilo
from
feather.
Roll a
Gump.
1d10 there, Cornelius.
did that come through?
It's back up. For me, at least.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be hovering around for 12 minutes.
Cool.
Do I hear the noise of Alaric's flagellation?
If
I
there
don't
is
know,
like
Alric.
a silent moment, depends like how loud the common room is and how loud Cornelius hovering is.
What is your flagellation like? I mean, is it just the sound of like cattails slapping against your back, or do you cry out?
So it would be just the sound of the whip thingy. I do not cry out. It is. I do not enter a frenzy or anything. It is just to calm myself. So I'm getting calmer while I'm doing this. Yeah.
Okay.
You would hear the whipping noises quite.
Are you saying any prayers or anything?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would mumble like the. I mean, I do not know them, but like the equivalent of the Ave Maria and stuff like that, and the Pater Noster. I don't know how it goes in the
All right.
English. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what you run into, Ishtar.
Well, the Mechanicus, I just like my eyes over their crazy persona. But the noise of a man punishing himself for sins, now that is a noise which endears, well, perks her ears, so to speak. So she will head, without even like introducing herself, just stride through. She makes sure to shut the door behind her, of course. Stride through. There's our guards posted in the door, by the way.
Outside there was.
Okay, yeah, it's just so I can get back out. Yeah,
There
so
was a single inquisitional acolyte outside the door.
sweet. So I'll head towards Alaric, unless any of the other characters would like to interrupt that, or Jack or Tom.
Jack does turn and he notices your presence, and you can see him staring, but otherwise, no. Haida, you would get like an elbow on the side from Jack, and he sort of, you see where he's looking.
I turn around. Do I know anything about Sisters of Battle, or do I assume that's just another guy in a?
Well, I have holy braziers
armor.
like Alaric does, and this devotional iconography all across my power armor and stuff like that. It wouldn't just be another guy, is what I'm saying.
Do you have a holy brazier or a holy brazier?
Do you have the armor on?
Maybe both. You can't tell. I have the brazier of Saint Roberto attached to my backpack,
Okay.
but maybe I've got holy under it too.
So yeah, Haida, you do know in the most common of terms what a Sister of Battle is.
As a player or as Haita?
As Haida, do you want to know what they are as a player? Do you not know?
Oh no, I know what they are. But as Haita, I might have heard of them, but I wouldn't assume that that's a Sister of Battle.
That's fine.
Does she have her helmet on?
No,
So you're just bald.
no, I'm not bald.
Wearing
No,
a wig and just drawn on.
Ionasi was bald. I can't make like 50 bald characters. Okay.
but you don't have any eyebrows as well?
No, the head below is all gone. Okay.
And no eyelash.
I don't think you get to tell us what your quirk is.
It says no body hair. I mean, when people go into the waxing parlor and say, "Hey, can I get no body hair?" They don't start getting the shapers out and go to
Okay,
town in
so
their hair.
technically that would mean that you still have hairy arms and legs, going from the character sheet part, rotation of the body. If you want to go like
Oh
that.
yeah, well I don't know how much hair a girl has on her body anyway. The,
Watch
the,
it, don't
the
say
body
girls.
part.
It's just protruding through the power armor.
I cast Entangle.
Okay, yeah, I would. I'll look around for a second and see if anyone else approaches her.
She seems to be heading towards one of the rooms.
Oh, then in that case, I assume she's here on official business. Yeah, I would just think she's just a person in power armor, like Marius's personal guard.
That's fine. This power armor is ornately crafted, unlike the power armor that you all have, which is big and blocky and bulky. Her power armor, while obviously power armor, it has a lot of intricate details. is a lot more feminine in design, and it looks like it's easier to move around in as well.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, she's obviously a better person than we are, since she's with these mighty space marines and all that. So I just assume that's how they all walk around here.
Well,
That's
there's
fine.
no female space marines.
Yeah, but you're with them.
Oh, I see. I get what you're saying.
I don't know if I've seen anyone else walking around in a power armor on this station. So I just assume that's how your guys' power armor looks like.
That's fine. So you're not gonna interrupt her in any way?
No, apparently she has business and in one of the rooms, so I'm not gonna mess with her.
All right. So, Ishtar, you walk into the room where Alaric is beating himself up.
I'll watch for a little while until he notices me.
Yeah, actually, Alaric is still so on edge. She noticed her right away, so he whips himself one more time and finishes the prayer. And you would see he's kneeling on the ground in front of his brazier of holy fire that he has like propped up like an icon, basically.
Brazier.
Yeah, brazier. And his upper body is what's it called? Bare, and he's whipping his back, and you can see the whip marks on there, and little blood coming forth, and like some other like older marks of whippings and some fighting wounds, that kind of stuff. He's obviously sweaty and very well built. Like it's a beautiful backside to behold, and then he when he finishes the prayer, he like puts away the whip, he puts it next to the brazier, and stands up, turns around, and he breathes heavily, and you get like the whole shimmering of his like this is the 40k universe, so obviously they are also perfectly waxed and beautiful, like people from Magic Mike or something, and like his chest just lowering and pushing out again from the heavy breathing he's doing. And he lowers his head, and when he sees her iconography, and says, "Sister of Battle, my greetings to you."
So by the way, do you have your robes, or I guess your robes are like lying on the ground?
Yeah, so I don't know. I would say there's like with the robes, it's like held together by a rope or cordula or whatever you call it around the waist, and he just stripped off the upper parts and removed his undergarment for his upper body. Yeah, so they would like. I guess he would have folded them and put them next to him, so as to not to sully them.
Missionary, for what penance do you suffer so?
I brought news to one of the arbiters. It took quite the strain on me to be in the presence of such imposing figures.
Understandable. I've heard that your ship...
Astartes, thank you.
Astartes, yeah, you said Harpace, and I was like, what is he talking about? And then I realised. And I've heard your ship was had an unfortunate member upon it, and an unfortunate rogue trader as well.
The story of the ship is very unfortunate. But I believe if the Emperor is willing, we shall see the righteous path.
Of course, if the Emperor wills it. But the Emperor often works through his devotees, my missionary friend. And I wonder how it came to be that it got so far. And in the end, Didn't
Didn't
even
even matter.
matter.
So do we say that like at the same time? And our eyes meet for the first time, and then your eyes go down to my bare
My eyes are olive,
chest,
by the way.
You know, it's like. Is there like some tension there? Or
Unfortunately,
are you all
Sisters of
business?
Battles are of no interest in mates otherwise.
Ah, okay. Well,
I
mean,
googled it.
I can change that. Will be Alaric's mission.
Challenge.
Challenge accepted.
It's like a space marine getting a girlfriend.
Yeah, the first thing Alaric did when he went on the station, he goes like scoping. Pew, pew. Target acquired. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I've only been in personal contact with the rogue trader for a short amount of time. For the warp travel took a toll on my body and my mind, and the rogue trader saw not to consult me, and my superior was not inclined to follow his duties. But his
You are
fate
not
his fate has already been settled.
You are not the head of the ship, of the ship's ecclesiastical presence.
I am as of now, but before there was another one before me. I forgot his name again. I should have really written it down.
The ego is
The
all I
ego.
remember. But he can't
Yeah,
call
but
him
his
that.
real name.
His
real
first name is Eddie.
Yeah, it is an eagle. Okay. I believe it was a German name, but I forgot.
Just make it up, I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyway, I enter the name here. I will check the protocol. Pretty sure I wrote it down.
You can just continue with the conversation, Philip. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, I told you that I will be taking over the duties as of these.
Something happened
This
to
moment.
your head missionary? Was it perhaps they were taken under the influence of Malaspina?
I do not believe so. It was his own ambition that plunged him into his fate.
So, is there like armchairs in this room, Biff? Can you sit in an armchair in power armor? Probably not.
In sort
Not a normal one, but there are no chairs anywhere in the holding cell area. There is only a thin cot that they can lay down on for a bed, and toilets.
Okay, well I was gonna like relax into a chair and I was like,
you can
tell
sit
me
on the
the
toilet,
story.
Russ.
No, I did not. I put my power armor into slightly lean back mode and lock it in, and then I just lean back. Yes, I'm interested. Tell me the story of your superior, and I'll like settle in for you to tell me a long story so we can cut elsewhere.
Yeah, I start a long time ago in a galaxy far away, and then we cut to a different screen.
Cut to Cornelius. Trying to catch apart as servers go.
Okay, one sec. So I think my awareness would be more applicable here.
What is that target?
I get +10 on perception-based tests and what's
Your
the
awareness
+10 I
plus
get?
20. Damn, you're perceptive.
Oh, yep. My servo skill counts as an Auspex, so
You don't get an aspect, sir.
even if the servo skill counts as it.
I'm saying an aspect doesn't apply to this.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind for future.
Oh, it's only 4.2 degrees of success.
Okay, so this skull on the front in the forehead area is the branded insignia of the Inquisition, and it's modular for the Ordo Xenos. So it's not only telling you it's of the Inquisition, it's telling you what order of the Inquisition it is from. It has a complicated and ancient array of sensors that it is using to sort of keep track on everybody in here. It doesn't have any weapons. Is there anything in particular that you would like to know about this?
So it doesn't have any weapons. So I'd be safe to say it's a monotask Zero Skull.
No, you're pretty sure it does more than one task given the amount of sensors it has.
Okay, and are these all the senses that it senses? So sight, sound.
I'm sorry, sensors. Like it has dishes and focusing arrays on it, so it doesn't use like sight and sound. You would suppose that it's taking some like seismographical tests using infrared, radar, lidar, stuff
So
like that.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's like taking a full spectrum, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just keep monitoring it for now, see if it takes special interest in anyone.
Mostly it seems to stick to the common room. It doesn't go towards the edges at all. And it hovers about 10 feet off of the ground. These are vaulted ceilings like most of 40k, so the ceilings can go far higher than that, especially here in the large communal area. It seems to have a microphone on it as well, so you are aware that it is capable, if it is not already, of recording what is said around here.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I say I just want to monitor it, see if because I'm under the impression, obviously, being watched and we're under scrutiny, so I just want to see. I'll say if it picks on anyone or if it draws anyone's attention. Obviously, it doesn't seem to. Does it seem too interested in me?
If you tried to focus any of, like, you were saying you're using your auspex and stuff like that, when you tried to use that to sort of help you gain more information about what's going on here, you did notice that more of its sensor arrays focused on you.
Alright, so it's kind of noticing me noticing it. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to get much from this. What kind of bridge crew do I see around?
Well, you see Haida, you see Tom Tom, you see Jack. Alric is around.
They were stood together, weren't they? The majority of the bridge crew.
I'm standing with Jack at the window.
Yeah, so I'd make my way over at that point.
Tom Tom is standing near the door that Ishtar came in, and it's sort of in a corner.
Yeah, so I'd hover over and then drop to my feet next to Jack and Hayata.
Oh, hey, Cornelius. Who was that girl that came in right now?
The power armored one?
Yeah. Is she part of the... Wait, did you speak to her?
No, I just took notice of her as she walked in.
Oh, yeah. Do you think she has anything to... I don't know, who was in that room she went to?
I'm assuming from the sounds of self-placation, Alaric.
Oh, you think she had anything to discuss with him?
Some religious discussions, probably.
Oh, she must be part of the local ecclesiarchy then?
More than you know. Jack sort of interrupts her conversation.
Yes, quite.
Unless I missed my mark, that's a sister of battle, or one of the sororitas. I'm not that familiar with their kind. They hang around the Inquisition quite a bit. It's not a good omen for us.
Oh.
They're not. She's not the only agent that seems to be dispatched to monitor us.
Do you think Marius is gonna come back? Or do you think he's gone for good now?
Do not discount Lord Marius yet. He is a rogue traitor, though there are maybe some crimes that could be laid at his feet. Whether that is enough to relinquish his warrant of trade is another matter entirely. And if there is not an inquisitor of high enough rank, then they will not have the authority to take it away from him or see him dead. The Astartes are a different matter. There is little to be done if they decide that we are to die.
Could I possibly would my infused knowledge give me any more information regarding Ishtar from my viewing of her?
Sure, what do you want to know?
See if I can work out what order she's from.
Alright, make a Forbidden Knowledge Inquisition.
Oh, yep, no, that's fine. So my infused wouldn't come into play there. No, I
But
don't
you
have
can
that,
make
so-
an infused Adeptus Sororitas, Scholastic lore. That's fine.
Alright, cool.
Doesn't infused. Oh yeah, all the scholastic and doesn't give you forbidden, right?
No.
Oh, I see.
So Adeptus Sororitas are usually seconded to the Inquisition, the Ordo Hereticus, and sometimes the Ordo Malleus, but predominantly the Ordo Hereticus. Go ahead and ask questions.
What order is Ishtar from?
Okay, Ishtar, are you wearing any sort of iconography that would say that you're from a specific order?
Well, it's quite obvious some form of order's militant, being that I'm a sister bow, but no, I don't think I would have any specific order unless there's one that's appropriate. I didn't read
So-
all of them.
Yeah,
The
so you've
lesser
not
orders.
chosen if you like an order of the Flaming Rose or
Yeah, or the Fiery Heart, or this
Yeah, yeah.
Bloody Rose. I didn't know if there was any appropriate ones, and there was a lot of them.
There are a lot of them, and it's completely up to you.
If you want, I can read through them and choose one.
All right, just let Cornelius know. Let him know what you chose.
Yeah.
Preview.
Okay.
Okay, I guess this one hasn't. 13th Black Crusade hasn't happened yet, right?
That's
No.
at the end of the 41st.
Okay. It's not a lot of information on any of these. Maybe I'll just
Anything
choose
else,
one.
Cornelius?
Well, I was going to see if I don't know if it'd be too much of a stretch, but depending on what order she's from, try and work out if she's aligned to any particular type of Inquisitor. So I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. The alignment. If they're
What do you mean by type? Like their political leanings?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But obviously without really knowing that, I'm not sure if Ross has really thought about that yet.
I wouldn't choose my Inquisitor's order or leanings.
Yeah, what I mean is like depending on your order and who you align to, if I would know possibly how you act.
Would Lady Saturn display her opinions and regalia, Biff? Like, would I be likely to have something?
Yeah,
that goes-
you know that information, but whether he determines...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
any
Would
of
I
it-
have that on my power armor then? Like some sort of
Oh, God,
iconography that shows off what order she is? Or no
At
order.
most, you might have like an inquisitional symbol, not a rosette, a symbol stating from what inquisitional branch you're from.
Mhm.
But beyond that, no.
Yeah,
People are gonna take your word for who you work for.
yeah. I will have the stamp on my my thing. Oh, sure, no, it's the Ordo Hereticus. If you want to learn that, Cornelius.
So you have the Order Hereticus on you.
Yeah, I would have that. That's Lady Siren, right, Biff?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. I suppose at this point I'd just say to Jack, yes, seems like we have a lot of interested parties.
What do you mean?
Well, the lady that Haita so eloquently put bears the iconography of the Order Hereticus, whereas that servo skull over there bears the iconography of the Order Xenos.
See Jack's blood like drain from his face as his skin turns even more pale than it already is.
I see that the gravity of the situation is telling for you.
The the Order of Xenos might not have cared much about anything going on. They might want a horse trade, so to speak, with Lord Marius. He may have to give up some information, maybe a small fine. But the Ordo Hereticus is a different matter. If they have determined us to be heretics in the eyes of the Emperor and the Imperium, then we could be in some trouble.
Oh, yeah, implying that we were in no trouble before that. I say somewhat sarcastically.
The Ordos tend to stick to their own. Having the Crute aboard and the Dark Eldar is one thing. But courting damnation is quite another.
Oh. Yeah, we should have killed those two way before we did.
I'm not concerned about the Xenos, but it's not clear why the Death Watch executed Lady Malspina.
Who's Lady Maspino? Is that
INSA.
INSA.
Okay. Didn't they say that she had some illegal stuff in her room?
That may be true, but that is not enough for an execution, not on a rogue trader vessel. It is our remit and our right to search for these prescribed items and bring them back to the Imperium, sometimes working for the Inquisition or the Ecclesiarchy. But we are enabled to work with some latitude in these areas.
If I'm not overstepping, I think that the certain members of the Death Watch were simply looking for a reason.
They did seem rather irate with her, but why were they irate with her? What laid in Malspina's past? We were warned several times that she may have brought damnation to us. In what manner, I do not know.
Oh shit. And I say as I look out the window into the core of the planet again.
We know that she had a distinctive hatred of psychers. But much more than that, I myself had very little contact with Lady Malspina. Perhaps Tom could shed some greater light on the situation.
Yeah, I call out to Tom to join us if he's in the room.
Well, you just shout across the room, Tom!
Tom! No, I mean, see if I can get his attention and like sign him over to us.
Yeah, you can do that.
Tom, glad to join us.
One moment. Okay. So Tom heads on over to you in his long and gangly stride. Haida, what can I do for you?
We were wondering if you had any talks with Ionessi before she was rightfully executed, probably. We don't know the reason she was killed. I mean, apart from those illegal substances that she apparently had.
The House Malspina has a long and sordid history. Much of it is unknown, and my awareness of it was that Lady Malspina was the last of her kind. Though the Navis Nobile had not cast her and her house out yet, they were very closely on the verge. I think it was not done simply because she was the last of her kind, and it was hoped that her line would die out with her, which it has.
Okay. I look back to Cornelius and Jack. Does that satisfy your curiosity?
Not even slightly.
Great.
Knowledge is something that's never satisfied.
You should know that Lady Malspina was exhibiting disturbing behavior in the days since we've came to the Jericho Reach. Her obsession with this eye and the warp is beyond the normal and unhealthy and extreme. When I charted our course to Felix Prime, I too encountered this eye and the warp. It is malign in the extreme.
Would you agree that this is the same eye that drove Sony Ericsson to madness?
That name.
I believe so, yes. If she delved too deeply, then her soul may have become corrupted. The
Yeah.
Death Watch have been here for a long time, is my understanding. Far longer than any other Imperial authority. So they would have information about the insidious presence of this malign eye.
I think that we should be careful the amount of information that we display that we know. Fear that we are judged the same as Ionessi.
As long as you have done nothing to warrant damnation, then I suggest that you do not be careful. Instead, you be forthright. The Inquisition will get what answers it wants. It just depends how much pain you must go through to get them, to give them.
Right now, I'm most perturbed by why there is two autos on this one planet. What's drawn them here?
Tom doesn't say anything. He turns around and he heads off into a corner. Jack looks unnerved, but he doesn't seem to have anything to add to that either. So he begins looking out of the window again.
I join him in that endeavor. I don't have much to say there. I'm like in and out of character. I'm thinking of stuff I might have done wrong.
Okay, I'm looking at chat here real quick. The Valorous Heart, but
just
you're
me
changing
going
it to
back.
the Argent
I
Sword.
changed it again.
Shroud, change it again.
I think
What
I'll
is it now?
Sacred Rose. I think I'll stick with this.
Going back to the scene where you saw Alaric flagellate himself, you see like 3 retcon moments where he has like 3 different tattoos on his back. The first is like Valorous Heart, that's like crossed over in the next one, and it has Argent Shroud next to it, and then it's retconned again, and that one is just crossed out, and then it has Sacred Rose on there. Totally.
All right. Do you have the iconography of the Order of the Sacred Rose?
For sure, yeah.
Okay.
I think
So
it's-
Cornelius, you would know that she's of the Order of the Sacred Rose.
Okay, that information would stay to myself for now.
Do you have the same color scheme as the rest of your order, or the rest of your order?
Yeah, I like the white. It clashes with my black hair.
All right.
Unless there's a particular reason I wouldn't have that.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't have hair because your quirk is no body, right?
Yeah.
Stop triggering him.
All right. So, does anybody want to be doing anything, or do you want to fast forward, or what do you want to do here?
I'm free to fast forward.
Yeah, all I'm doing is like grilling Alaric. A not so obvious way to be grilling. Like leading him through the conversation so I can find out the history of
All right.
the ship.
Alaric, how much do you tell her about the history of the ship?
I answer all her questions.
All right. You get. Let me think about what information Alaric might have here.
Yeah, because he was AFK for a bit. Well, I learned the name of the ship.
You would learn the name of the ship. You would learn about Lady Mespina. You would learn about the events on the Maiden World. You'd know there's a Maiden World and that the Eldar are protecting it. You'd know about the mutiny and the Eagle. You wouldn't know about the Patriarch and his people. I don't think so. Did you tell him anything about that?
About what?
The
Oh,
dog.
Chichu Kilo. I do not believe that Alaric knows anything about
Yeah, I don't think I told him about it.
It's me, Marius, and
That's it.
Claudius dead now. I only confided in.
Also, I don't know anything about that. Only about the
No.
race, not about the demon dog.
Yeah, so I confided what happened on the surface in minor details.
Yes, everybody on the bridge knew that you were allies of them due to the conversation with the Eldar.
Yeah.
But Alaric wasn't on the bridge at that point in time, so
No.
he wouldn't know that.
Wasn't he sitting in the corner? No, that was the other thing. He was. Never mind.
All right. So you wouldn't find out about that.
Would I find out about the Eldar, the Dark Eldar?
Well, I was part of the mutiny, so.
Yeah, that's very likely. You find out about the Dark Eldar.
Okay. Crute, right? Crute are filthy, horrible Xenos, so she kinda. But she knows their use as mercenary. But Dark Eldar, now that piques her interest.
Okay.
So when she realizes Alaric doesn't know much about the Dark Eldar, she'll probably want to talk to the other people. And
That's fine. Marius is supposed to be back soon, isn't he?
Yeah, he was on his way home at 10 to 8. You let me know. So I'd imagine he's home any time soon.
All right, let's go ahead and take a 14-minute break. So we'll meet up at 40 after, and hopefully Marius will be here, and we'll pick up there. if you want to have gone around and talked to the other crew to see if you can get anything out of them, you guys can talk about what you may or may not have got given her, and then we'll pick up there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you everyone very much for watching part 1. Join us in part 2 of Veil of Sanity Dark Heresy 2 edition. Bye.
Bye.